I'm an immigration attorney. I'm based right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. I come online once in a while to answer questions. So usually, actually, I come on, I think I would like to say frequently. I wish I could come on more frequently than I do to talk with some of you, to answer some of your questions. But I'm here to answer questions, and if you have any while I'm on here, I'm only going to be on here for about 20 minutes or so. So if you have questions, this is your opportunity to ask. I'm an immigration attorney. I can help clients no matter where in the U.S. they are located. So no matter where you are, immigration law is the same. Immigration law applies to you in the same way, no matter where you are located, because it's a federal it's a federal law, right? All the laws are federal, so it doesn't matter which state you're living in. Only other types of law, it would make a difference where you are living and where the attorney is located. But immigration law is federal. So if you have an immigration application pending, if you are thinking about filing an immigration application, if you have questions just generally about immigration, this is your opportunity to ask them. I will do my best to answer. I'm an immigration attorney and I do practice in all areas of immigration. So I do help employers file applications to sponsor employees. We just had a consultation today about someone who wanted to file for their nanny, for a domestic worker. I also work with humanitarian applications, so victims of abuse, victims of crime, victims of trafficking. So if you know someone who has a bad employment situation in terms of their employer isn't paying them what they're supposed to pay, they're using their immigration status against them, they could qualify for what's called a T visa. So that's something we want to keep in mind. Also, one of our most popular cases is for people who are married to U.S. citizens or green card holders and they are victims of abuse. So keep in mind that we do work with all different types of immigration cases, and I'm here and hopefully able to answer some of your immigration questions. Okay, we have several folks here joining on different platforms. So we're streaming live right now on TikTok. We have a few folks here on TikTok. Say hello if you're joining me for the first time. If tell me where you're from. I am here again near Washington, D.C. If you're joining me for the first time, go ahead and say hi. Hi, Teacher Steve. Nice to see you. Hi, Vikas. Hi, user 567 with lots of numbers. If you want to talk with us or if you want to know when I come on live, make sure you follow us on Facebook. We're at Agarwal Immigration, Agarwal. Again, same on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Okay, so follow us and you'll be notified when I go live. If you know people that also have immigration concerns that might want to ask immigration questions, now's the time to share this post with them. Invite them to like our page if you think that this would be helpful for them. All right, again, if you're just joining me, I know we have a few folks that are jumping on right now. Go ahead and say hello. Tell me where you're from. I'm outside of Washington, D.C. We do help clients all throughout the United States with their immigration applications. All right, okay. Let me get started with our question of the day. So this is a question that comes up often. If you haven't joined me before, let me kind of go over what I do. So I come on here with a question that comes up pretty often. I answer it, and while I'm doing that, you can put in your questions, and I'll try to get to as many of those as I can. Okay? All right, so the question here is with a VAWA application. So remember that one person that might qualify for a VAWA is married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, and they are victims of abuse. So that's who qualifies generally for a VAWA. And one question that comes up is, do I have to get divorced before I file for a VAWA, right? Do I have to get divorced before I file for a VAWA? No, you don't have to get divorced before you file for VAWA. You can file and then get divorced at any point if you want, or you can get divorced, but then you have a deadline on filing. So you have to file within 2 years of a divorce. So while your application is pending, you can get a divorce and it will not impact your application. If you get divorced, you only have 2 years then to file for your VAWA application. Okay, I hope that answers many questions that you might have about VAWA. Give us a call if we can help you with a consultation, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. A consultation is where we go over your situation and see what you might qualify for, whether it's VAWA, whether it's a different type of visa. We will go through all of your immigration history in a consultation, and we will kind of give you options on what, and timing and fees and everything like that that's involved. We wanted to make sure you qualify, and we can also talk to you about how the firm can help you. Okay, call us for a consult, 703-348-1663. Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney, and I help clients all throughout the United States with their immigration issues. Only immigration. We don't do anything outside of immigration. All right. Okay. Tejinder Paul, you have been waiting patiently. Let me answer your question. You said, my asylum application is pending and I want to file for VAWA. Can I withdraw my asylum application? So you can file for VAWA if you have an asylum application pending. You don't necessarily need to withdraw your asylum application. If you have your VAWA approved, then you can withdraw your asylum application in the sense that you don't need it anymore. That you already have status and you no longer need your asylum application. The thing to keep in mind when you have an asylum application and a VAWA or any kind of other immigration applications, we want to keep the facts consistent, right? So you want to make sure that everything you're saying for VAWA also holds true in your asylum application. You should always be truthful and forthcoming in your applications, right? So you want to get your dates correct, you want to get your locations correct. So your facts, basically, you want to go over them several times to make sure that everything is consistent and truthful and correct in any kind of application that you file. But if you have asylum pending and you're filing for VAWA, it's okay, right? It's completely okay. You're able to do that and not harm yourself in that sense. All right, or harm your status, I should say. Okay. Hope that is helpful, Tejinder Paul. Give us a call if we can help you with your immigration questions. If you want to do a consultation on VAWA, I would love to chat with you more about that. Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. You can reach us for a consultation at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Let me see. I have, wow, lots of questions here on TikTok. Let me check you guys over here. All right, sounds good. Okay. All right, so how long do I have to file to renew my green card? You can usually do it within 90 days of your expiration. Sometimes it's 6 months, so you'll be able to double check on the instructions. We usually do it around 90 days before the green card expires. Also, it depends on what kind of green card you have. So if you have a 2-year green card, then you have to file within 90 days of its expiration. If you already have a 10-year green card and you're filing for a renewal, you can do that usually within about 6 months before it expires. Okay, and even if you have an expired green card, if you have a 10-year green card and it's expired, right? So this does not apply to 2-year conditional green card. So I want to make that clear. If you have a 10-year green card and it's expired, you're still a green card holder. You're still considered a permanent resident, right? It doesn't go away. You're not going to get deported. But what you should do is, as soon as you can, file for the extension. Okay, so file for that extension, and you should get it even if you let your first one expire. All right, call us if you would like a consultation. If you want to talk more about green cards, you can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Go ahead and type your questions in. I will do my best to get to them, but I can't guarantee because it looks like we have a lot. But follow me. Make sure you follow us on all of our platforms, just so you get notified. We're at TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and we're at Agarwal Immigration on all of the different platforms. All right, and my name, if you're wondering, is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney, and I help clients all throughout the United States. Teacher Steve says he's from Florida. Great. I hope you're enjoying some nice warm weather. Ishada Kim, hello. She says that she's from Long Island, or he said they're from Long Island, New York. Wow, I hope it's not too cold. It's not that far away from me. I grew up in Connecticut, so Long Island has always been kind of like a neighboring thing. All right. So So then we also have the Megan Toe 10 says, can you talk about a T visa? Like, can you talk about a T visa? Absolutely, I can talk about a T visa. So a T visa is a humanitarian option. So you can apply for that if you entered illegally, if you were here in the US and you lost status and now you've been out of status for however long, you can apply for it. But to qualify for it, you can either apply based on sex trafficking or you can apply based on labor trafficking. I can talk to you about labor trafficking because that seems to be more of the clients that come to us are usually having labor trafficking issues. So it's essentially where you've been forced to work, where you haven't been paid what you're supposed to be paid, where maybe your boss might be using your immigration status against you. So basically it's disrespectful, hurtful employment practices, an employer taking advantage of your employment status. So what it does involve is reporting to the authorities. So it could be the FBI, it could be the Department of Labor, right? You could make a report. We would help you, of course, if you're working with our firm, we would help you find the correct agency and we would help you to also make that report. We'd prepare your application. And if you get your T visa approved, it is usually good for 4 years. But after 3 years, you can apply for a green card. And then once you have your green card for 5 years, you can apply for citizenship. So if you have been a victim of unlawful employment practices, if you have been a victim of disrespect by your employer, you might qualify for a T visa, which can lead to a green card and can lead to citizenship. Okay, call us for a consultation. We can definitely talk to you more about that and give you more details and timing and fees and how everything works. If you want to reach us, we're at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Lestuman says, after 2 years of parole, what will happen? I assume if you entered with humanitarian parole and you have 2 years, what will happen? So you might be able to have TPS in that time. Maybe you're going to get married. So you might be eligible for another application type. So that's something that we can talk about. If it's safe for you to return to your home country, if you are on humanitarian parole, then you might be able to process a visa abroad, which can in some instances be faster. So it depends on your particular situation, but in 2 years, different things could happen. So obviously the situation could change. You might be eligible for something else. So call us if we can help you with that. We're at 703-348-1663. Vikas says, can you get a green card if I'm a U.S. citizen and my wife was granted voluntary departure and overstayed? So I'm guessing you're asking about your wife, because can your wife qualify for a green card if she's married to you, who's a U.S. citizen, and she overstayed? So if she didn't leave, then she didn't trigger a bar. But if she's in removal proceedings, then she may have to terminate those proceedings before she can apply for a green card through you. So it's a little bit complicated. I would call us. It also depends on how she entered the U.S., right? If she entered with a visa, it's going to be a different process than if she entered without a visa. So give us a call. It's a little bit complicated, your question, and I would love to talk with you more about that. You can call us for a consultation at 703-348-1663. All right. Is it possible to file for a VAWA if your I-130 application is denied? Is it possible to file for a VAWA application if your I-130 application is denied? So I-130 is a marriage-based green card application, right? If it's denied, you might still be able to qualify for a VAWA. You're still able to, but for VAWA, you still need to show that your marriage was real, that it was not just for immigration purposes, right? So we want to come up with evidence, and then we want to address in the declaration that we include with your VAWA why you might not have been put on the bank account, why you might not have been put on the lease. If it's part of the abuse that you're suffering from your U.S. citizen or green card holder spouse, that can be explained in a VAWA application, whereas it's not so easily explained in an I-130 general standard marriage-based application. Okay, give us a call if we can help you with this. we can have a consultation and we'll walk you through the process for how to apply for VAWA. We'll go through all of the timing, the timeline, the fees, and everything else that might be involved, so you know fully what to expect. All right, you can reach me at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. All right, this is a question I get all the time. How long does it take for a VAWA petition to be decided? How long does it take for a VAWA application to be decided? It is currently taking about 2.5 years to even almost 3 years, right? So VAWA is for people who are applying for a green card on their own if they're married to an abusive U.S. citizen or green card holder spouse. So the abuse can be verbal, emotional, psychological, not always physical. So keep that in mind for VAWA. Once you apply for VAWA, the VAWA can get approved usually in about 2 years or so. But a green card based on VAWA will take about a year longer. So you're looking at about 3 years to get a VAWA based green card. All right, I hope that is helpful. If we can help you with VAWA, call us 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. All right, Fonzo says, good evening. I had a question. I received my prima facie in October. How long should I wait to expect my EAD? Thank you in advance. Great. Just for people that aren't familiar, prima facie is basically what I call a pre-approval from USCIS. So they look at your application, your VAWA application, saying that you are married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, that you are a victim of abuse, and then usually in about 2 to 3 months after you apply, what happens is you get this prima facie that says most likely you're gonna qualify on its face. So basically what I'm looking at, you satisfy all of the elements. Of course, we have to look further into your application, but basically this piece of paper can be protection for you from removal. You might be able to use it to get a driver's license that shows that you have an approvable VAWA application on file. That's what a prima facie is, right? So Fonzo's question is, I received it in October. How long after the prima facie can I expect to receive my EAD? So after you get your prima facie, it usually is about 2 months or so before you get called in for fingerprinting. So once you go in for fingerprinting, usually between 6 to 8 months after you apply, so about a month or 2 after you go and give your biometrics, is when you can expect to see your employment authorization document and your travel authorization. So typically it will come in a combination card. So usually about 6 to 8 months after you apply, you can expect to get that in the mail. Good luck, Fonzo. If we can help you with your VAWA application, give us a call. We're at 703-348-1663. Feel free to schedule a consultation. I would love to see you on the phone, over Zoom, or in person to talk with you more about your applications. Okay. Beja is saying, I have a 485 pending, which is your green card application for people that are in the U.S., and an employment authorization document. How long can I stay in the U.S. if I get laid off? So if you get laid off, you have a 485 pending. That could be problematic because your employer is the one that's sponsoring you for this application. I need basically more information on how long you've been there, because at a certain point you can port it to a different employer, right? So we want to see if you get there. Give us a call. We can walk you through that process, and I basically need to ask more questions about when things were filed, when you got laid off, and how long your 485 has been pending, to see if you're eligible for porting what's already been done with your current employer that's been sponsoring your application to someone else. All right, but you do have options, so give us a call. We're at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Okay, what can I do if my joint sponsor changes his mind after almost finishing the application, the green card application? You'll have to find another joint sponsor if you need it, right? You will have to find another joint sponsor, or another thing you could do is give us a call, and we could screen you for other humanitarian options that do not require a joint sponsor. So give us a call. We can see what other things you might be eligible for, and you might not even need a joint sponsor. For example, with VAWA, there is no financial requirement, right? So if you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder and there's problems in the marriage, you might qualify for VAWA, and you don't require any kind of financial affidavit or anything like that as you would with a straightforward green card application. Okay, so call us. Let's see if you qualify for something like that, and then you don't even have to worry about a joint sponsor. All right, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. How long does it take to get an interview after all documents have been approved by the National Visa Center? How long does it take to get an interview after all documents have been approved by the National Visa Center? I usually say about 6 months. We've been tracking our applications and how long they're taking. It can be anywhere from 7 to 12 months. It depends on the embassy that is scheduling your interview, right? So if the embassy is understaffed due to the pandemic, they may be experiencing longer wait times than normal. So I would say anywhere between 7 to 12 months. Give us a call if we can help you answer questions, if we can help you get ready for the interview. We do this quite frequently. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. I'm an immigration attorney. My name is Pratibha Agarwal. I help clients all throughout the United States and even abroad with their green card applications. Okay? All right. How long does VAWA take to get a receipt? How long does it take to get a receipt notice in a VAWA case? For us, it's been taking about 4 weeks, sometimes less, 3 to 4 weeks. I usually tell my clients anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks just to manage your expectations, but we usually get a receipt notice for our VAWA cases in about 3 to 4 weeks. All right, I hope my clients aren't watching and they are hearing me saying something, so giving you a week delay, but I just wanted to manage your expectations because with USCIS, you never know, right? You never know, but we usually see it between 3 to 4 weeks, but we do tell our clients between 4 to 6 weeks to get a receipt notice. Okay. Summer Sethi says, can someone sponsor me if I have an asylum application pending? Can someone sponsor me if I have an asylum application pending? Yes, right? It depends on how you entered the U.S. and who is sponsoring you. So it could, if it's a spouse, then maybe, yeah, that would be the best way. An employer, you might have some issues having employment-based sponsorship. We also need to see how long you've been in status, how long if you've ever worked without authorization. So all of this can impact who can sponsor you, but someone can still sponsor you in terms of a marriage-based application. It just depends on who it is, and get more information on him. If you want to schedule a consultation, you're welcome to do that. 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. All right, friends. I cannot go through the rest of your questions here. It looks like there are a few more, but I will come back online. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube. Call us for a consultation. You'll be notified if you follow us. You'll be notified when I go live, so you can hop on and put your question in right away, and I will do my best to get to it. If you are on YouTube, on Instagram, and Facebook, please, go ahead and follow us, like us on these different platforms. We're at Agarwal Immigration. And it looks like there's so many questions and I want to get to them, and I'm so sorry that I can't get to all of them, but they are really great and I will definitely get to them. If you can come back on. I have to hop off today, unfortunately. But thank you for joining me. Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. Call us for a consultation if you'd like. You can reach me at 703-348-1663. And for those of you that are still on, and if you want to schedule a consultation, you can go on our website, agarwalimmigration.com. Again, agarwalimmigration.com. If you go to the contact page, you can schedule your own consultation. So if you go on there, you'll be able to see what my availability is for the week, and you can choose a time, make the payment, and schedule the consultation straight from there. That link is also available on our Facebook page at Agarwal Immigration, right? We're at Agarwal Immigration. So that link is also available there. When I come back on, I hope that you join me again, and I will do my best to answer your questions. I appreciate you all joining me. Good luck with your immigration applications, and don't hesitate to call us to contact us if we can help you with any of them. All right, everyone, take care. Thank you. I will see you soon. Bye.